What's up guys, welcome back to the channel, CobblerG here. Today's project, we've got a nice pair of Fratelli Rossettis. Nice Italian made shoe. For these we're going to be converting them from rubber to leather. Give them a good condition and clean, as they're in a bit of a mess right now. Do you want to see how these turned out? Please stay tuned. Right guys, let's get started. So first step, we're going to remove this top lift and the old heel block. Good way to remove the heel block is if you just pop a wee screwdriver on this side here. Pry it up from each corner, and then sometimes just need to give a wee hammer in. So we can get right under it to pry it up. It's pretty solid in there. Now for this one, the customer has asked if we just put new leather heel blocks on for him. Just wanting a full revamp of the whole shoe. That. So just going to snip all these old nails off, make them easier to remove from the inside of the shoe when we need to. So the old heel block is off. Now what we're going to do is just sand down all the old stitching, break them all up. Makes it easier for the old rubber sole to come off. So should probably come off pretty easy now. Yeah. Remove it sort of carefully, as we don't want to damage the welt that's underneath. It's in really good condition, so we're just going to reuse the original welt. So it's quite heavily glued underneath, so I'm just going to get a bit thinner, pour that all the way around, and that should just allow me to remove the sole a little bit easier, or eat away at the glue. So stuff we use here. Pour on top, and that'll absorb into the old sole. And just clean up some of the glue, make it a lot easier for it to remove. So we'll just let that sit for a wee minute or two and let it absorb. Pretty heavily stuck on this one. And that's the old sole off. So our next step is to remove the old stitching. So there's wee loops that go around all of the top thread. Take all these little loops off. Just go away the whole way around the shoe. Takes quite a while, but this is a proper way to do it. A lot of people skip this step. So the little rings, as you can see, that there, they just go around the whole shoe, and we just take each one off, and then it allows us to just remove the old stitching all in one shot. Saves quite a bit of time. Right, I'll go ahead and do all that. I don't want to bore you with me taking these all off. You'll be here for the next 20 minutes just watching me do it. Alright, so we'll see you in a wee second. Now the reason for us removing all the old stitches is just so that when we stitch the new sole on, we don't get a build up of all the old stitches. So you'd have a double layer. Also, the machine, when stitching the new ones on, will more than likely pierce through where the old ones were, start to rip and tear the old threads. This doesn't look good. It's not the proper way to do it, so just take a little bit extra time to do this step. The end result is just 1,000 times better. That's all the loops picked off, so as you can see, stitching just comes off. Super easy, and all nice in one go. And that's it. The shoe's got a midsole in it as well, but it's in absolutely perfect condition, so we're going to reuse that. So we're just going to rough up the old midsole, ready for the glue. and also rough up the new sole ready for the glue as well. So we're just going to apply our glue to the midsole and the new sole. Probably 2 coats of glue for each. The first coat tends to just absorb right into the leather material. So let it dry for about 7 minutes. And then we add another coat on. And then we should be good to go to heat them up and attach them to the shoe. So we'll leave these to dry for about 5 to 7 minutes, and I'll come back and I'll apply a second coat. Now it's all dried and heated up, so just going to reapply the old midsole. Now we'll glue up this surface and then pop a new sole on top. That's the new sole heated up. I'm just going to apply that to the shoe as well. Try and apply it so that we can get the logo in the centre of the shoe. We'll just use a Ranger just to trim off any excess leather that we've got on the side. So now using the machine, we're just going to sand this flush with the welt all the way around, ready for the next step. Okay, so the next step, we need to groove a channel all the way around the shoe for allow the stitching to sit inside. So this is the wee tool that we use for that. Just attach to the machine and run all around it. Right guys, so now we're just going to stitch on the new sole using the outsole stitcher. So I've gone ahead and glued up the new heel blocks and the new top lift. So they're just heating up in the flash heater at the moment, and then we'll attach them to the shoe. So now we need to work out the pitch of the shoe. Put the heel block on just now. As you can see, it's not going to be right, so what we'll need to do is just sand this at an angle. Just do it bit by bit. Try it on the shoe, see how it goes, if it's any better, and if not, we'll just do it a couple of times, make sure that this sits flush to the heel. Yeah, so when the customer puts his foot into here, applies pressure on, That'll close up the tiny wee gap that we've got there. Give him a little spring as he's walking. Just going to attach the heel block now. Get it as centered as possible for the logo again. Just using the heel press, we're just going to press the heel on, make it more secure. Now we're just going to sand that flush to the rest of the shape of the shoe, and then we're pretty much getting to the last stages now. Right, so now we're going to apply some neutral polish. Customers asked if you can keep it just a neutral colour instead of brown like it used to be before. So for that, we're just going to use a little bit of beeswax that we've got here. So I'm going to pop that on the brush and then just give the shoe a good polish around all the sides. There we go. Now we're just going to add a little bit of cobbler's cream onto the sole and to the heel. Just gives it a sort of nice finish colour. like to use a fudge wheel as well, just to make a wee pattern around the edge of the sole. Just adds a nice finish to it. And then for some final decoration, I'm just going to add in punch holes first, makes it easier for them to go through. Sit nice and flush then. Okay, that's us done with another project. Came out really nice. See it before and after. Now, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, leave a little comment, subscribe, all that stuff. You guys are awesome. Until the next time, catch you later.